Welcome to today's reading. I'm being called to do a bit of a person on your mind reading. I feel like it's a no contact situation and you're needing some clarity on the situation, maybe someone you're struggling to let go of. So I think I'm going to get my ocean deck today. I'm being called to this one. So I'm just going to get a little bit of detail for you, tying you to this reading. So tell me about who is collective in their situation, please. Who is collective in their situation? Who is collective in their situation? Just immediately seeing Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I'm feeling that it's about a lack of effort, a lack of putting in equal effort, meeting halfway in the relationship. It felt very one-sided in this dynamic. With the Two of Pentacles in reverse, you've got a real imbalance again, just difficulty juggling all the responsibilities of life, really, and putting enough effort into each thing. And it's kind of like that situation where, you got too much on your plate almost. It's like you can't really put all of your, attention into, work, relationships, friendships, hobbies, whatever. Something's got to give. And unfortunately, it looks like it was the relationship that didn't get the effort here. A lot of pentacles on the board as well. So earth signs might be important. You might be an earth sign, they might be an earth sign. So that's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Four of Pentacles as well to me in this sort of reading. I see this as very possessive, controlling energy. I can't let you out of your cage, sort of, what if something happens to you? I've got to protect you, right? It's controlling for the right reasons. That it's not intentional, I think, but there's that possessiveness of, your mine dynamic. Let's get a couple more. So Six of Wands in reverse, very much about a lack of recognition, feeling overlooked, a lot of self-doubt. And I feel like, the being overlooked in the relationship, of course, the lack of effort, we already talked about that, but also could be about you doubting yourself about, whether this was the right decision to make, whether it was about, letting go, walking away, however it ended, is it about letting go now is what I'm feeling, like that decision, that lack of self-confidence in what's going on now. One more. Five of Pentacles, another pentacle on the board, but Five of Pentacles is very much about it's real isolation, being out in the cold. I think this separation has really left you with, it's like a sense of poverty, like maybe you did lose, a foundation here when this ended. Maybe you were living together, or, you lost a job because of it, or, something, in the financial space as well that was lost because of this separation. It's a really despairing feeling. Like you can see the mermaids in this one. They're very heads down, disheveled, like they've got nothing left. That's sort of the energy of that separation that I'm feeling there. And then Two of Swords, the decision. So, you're in a bit of a stalemate, just indecision about this situation. And again, it's like, I feel like you're doubting yourself and your intuition on this. Like, do I just walk away? Do I give up? Like, what do I do? Like, it's not feeling clear to you. There's something that you need an answer to, which of course is why you're watching tarot, I'm assuming. So let's get into this reading a little bit more. So how do you see this person who's put you through all this and put you into this position? How do you see that person? How does collective see the person they're connected to, please? How does collective see the person? High Priestess. And I think that's you more than anything. How does collective see the person they're connected to? Page of Swords. Okay. And Nine of Swords. Ace of Cups. Okay. So with the High Priestess here, it's very much a divine feminine in the spiritual plane. So she's the spiritual, connected, wise, feminine, right? She's intuitive. She's mysterious. She's got hidden knowledge. She understands the world around her, the source. She understands. She taps into her spiritual awareness and her consciousness there. She taps into her higher self, and she doesn't always share everything. So just going both ways, I feel this is very much about you. You're coming into your your feminine, divine feminine energy, tapping into your spirituality, tapping into your, intuition, your connection to higher self, but also going on to them. I feel that this is saying they are someone who kept things hidden. There was a hidden side to them. You feel that there was something that they weren't sharing, something mysterious about this person. So again, both ways, but I do feel like that does resonate with who you are as well. Page of Swords. Page of Swords is really about learning. He's like the young suit, right? Like the young. It's like he's the eager student. He's he wants to learn. He wants to learn to communicate, but he's still very immature. So I think there must have been times when you did see this side of them where they were actually able to communicate and keen to learn and all this stuff, but then suddenly they just stopped putting in effort, or whatever it was that you felt like. It wasn't that they couldn't communicate, and it wasn't that they couldn't put in effort and they couldn't learn and couldn't grow. It's just they just didn't want to. They chose not to. So that's how I feel that's how you see this person. Nine of Swords it's just this anxiety, despair, like overthinking, sleepless nights. I think you feel that a lot of their behavior stems from anxiety and overthinking. And again, you're seeing them as a sword, right? A Page of Swords. So, it's all about the mind, this suit. So it's like you feel that they're very much stuck in their mind a lot of the time. But you do have the Ace of Cups here. So the Ace of Cups is around, love, relationships, pure intentions, happiness, offers of love. I feel like you did see that side, and you still do sort of resonate with them being like this. You have that feeling that they did have the right intention, and they did have the ability to learn and the desire to learn and communicate, but there were things that they were hiding, and their anxiety got in the way, is what I'm reading for your perspective here. So I want to just tap into a bit about, just trying to think what deck to get next. I'm getting a feeling of I want to get the Heart's Hidden Secrets for their feelings towards you, just to see if that actually aligns to what you think's going on. Although with the High Priestess here, I am inclined to think you're probably on the right track here with this person, but let's get into it a little bit. I just want to see, we'll start with their perspective on this. We'll start with how they are feeling towards collective. So how is this person feeling towards collective? So hoping and clarity. So hoping, expecting, faith and manifesting, and clarity, truth, intentions, honesty. So I feel that there's something there towards you about, hoping for more clear communication, more truth, more honesty in that conversation. Maybe there is some more movement here. Let's get a couple more. How are they feeling towards collective? Shocking. Turmoil, trouble, unexpected. So something's happened, maybe in your last interaction. I want to get a couple more on that. So what's been shocking, please? Divine Feminine. Maybe they've seen some of your growth, your change, and they're shocked by that. Maybe they didn't expect you to be so secure. And I want one more. But the rejection, okay. Abandoned, dismissed, fear of rejection. Okay. So I think this person sees your growth, your development, your spiritual journey, and they're feeling they weren't expecting that. And they feel maybe, that not good enough, fear of rejection, because they don't feel that they're going to match that energy. Let's get a couple more for the top row. Confusion, unclear, uncertain. One more for confusion. And hopelessness. Yeah, so this is what their blocks are. They're confused and hopeless, sinking, despair, falling apart. They don't feel... I'm feeling this unworthiness, right? This, I'm not good enough, why bother? Feeling, it's really sad. Let's get a couple more. How are they feeling towards collective? They're reminiscing memories and longing. Okay. Let's get one more for memories. Yeah, they've still got a mask on around this. They don't want to let you know how they've been feeling. Because, of course, being honest would involve some sort of like power dynamic or something. I don't know. Some people are a bit like that. They're just like, I can't tell you how I feel because that would give you power over me and I can't possibly be vulnerable. Like, oh, anyway, that's just the energy I'm picking up here. Like, oh, yeah, good fun to deal with those types of people. We got the longing, please. And the abandoned. So they are longing, craving, aching, wanting, but they're still feeling abandoned, walked away, cold. And again, I don't know if this was something that maybe you put some boundaries up or something happened where they felt abandoned by you, but I want to get the before I put these away, I just want to get the messy truth ones, just to sort of see what was it that actually happened in this dynamic, because I'm feeling that they walked away. But let's have a look. Muted, not moved on, hiding feelings, fake calm, still hurting. I think that's how they are now. That's where they're in. They want to pretend like they're not. It's their mask. They can't possibly tell you how they feel. Should have been done, dragging on, already over, denial. So this is, again, I think you were holding on to something that wasn't working for you. There wasn't that equal effort. There wasn't that, reciprocal relationship, but you sort of probably held on way too long. And for whatever reason, maybe you did walk away. Let's get a couple more. It's not me, it's trauma, triggering, projection, inner wounds. And you're seeing the shadows in the background having these arguments, and yeah, you just weren't able to communicate, unfortunately. You never showed up, absent effort. Yeah, well, literally, we knew that already. Emotionally unavailable, done trying. Yeah. I think one more. Toxic ties, addiction, karma, emotional chain. Or maybe there were some addictions that impacted things too. Addicted to something else. Addictive personality could it be? It doesn't even have to be substances and alcohol. It could just be like, addictive personality, like addicted to spending time doing whatever that wasn't you, wasn't putting effort into the relationship. So I do just feel that it wasn't necessarily one big blow up. It was just a series of like choosing other things or prioritizing other things, or, just really struggling to balance life and the relationship, absent effort. And then, that, of course, triggering probably both of you into maybe saying or doing things you weren't proud of, and really struggling to let go. You let it drag on way too long. And now, possibly both of you, hiding your true feelings, pretending that you're okay, but really not. And obviously, if you're coming to read tarot, there's a part of you that's still holding on, and I think there's a part of them that's still holding on as well, but they don't want to say it. It's this mask, right? They don't want to share it. Yeah. It's just sad. It's the shadow. it's the trauma, the trigger, and unless people work on their inner selves and their inner healing themselves, like, you can't change someone. They have to choose to change. They have to choose to heal for themselves. It's not about healing for someone else, because if you do it for someone else, it's not real. It doesn't last, a couple of months max. You say you're going to change, but you don't change for you. You're not going to really change. It's not real change. It's just masked change. It's just, oh, I've got to pretend not to feel that way because otherwise I'll get in trouble. Or I have to pretend to, like, I can't express myself, which is, again, it's just bottling. It's not real. You need to do the real healing, and both of you need to be doing that. Even just being tied to someone who is not putting in the effort and is still masking feels rejected and has probably rejected you too. Although I do, seeing this spread, I am feeling like you were the one who walked away. You were the one who said, you know what, enough's enough. I can't deal with this anymore. There is no reciprocation here. I need to walk away. And that's healthy. You need to, if something's not working for you and they're not putting in effort and they're not trying to heal, they're not changing for themselves, they're not growing, you're going to outgrow them, of course, and your energy is not going to align anymore. Like, there is something healthy about that. So, coming back to this spread of, how they feel about you, maybe they are hoping for some of this clarity and they still long, but there's still so much wounding. There's still so much, again, it's like that feeling of not enough. I'm not enough for this person. I have to mask my true feelings because I don't trust whatever. It's wounding they need to deal with. So even if they were to come back into your life right now, if they did, come back and want a conversation or try and fix things, like, there's just so much work here that needs to be done. And unless they're choosing to do that and showing you that they're choosing to do that consistently, not just for a month or two, like consistently taking that effort, honestly, it's just prolonging the inevitable. And I feel like with those cards, like, the effort wasn't there. And it's not always about how someone feels. Someone could feel all of the right things, but when they don't have the capacity to treat you in the right way, in the way that you need to be treated, and also aren't growing and changing and evolving themselves, they're going to stay down here and you're just going to keep growing and you outgrow them. And it's not about not loving them. It's about our energies aren't aligning. And unless you put in some more effort, you can't keep up with me. And that's okay, because people grow, or some people don't grow, unfortunately. And you can't live your life waiting for someone who's not going to grow with you, right? You need to be putting yourself first as well. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with putting yourself and your needs first and aligning with energy that feels right, your intuition, your connection to higher self. Your body will tell you this feels wrong. Like, I'm being called to say this as well. Like, when you're with someone who doesn't align with you, you're either going to lower yourself, make yourself smaller, let yourself be caged, let yourself be diminished. And your body knows, your body feels it first. It's that gut feeling, right? You might get physically ill. You might have physical symptoms that say, you know what, this person or this energy is making me physically sick, because you're not listening to your body in those first few, even just seconds after something happens. You get that gut knowing of like, okay, this is how I feel. If you stop listening to that and you over rationalize it and say, oh yeah, but I can't really justify it in my mind why I feel that way, oh, it's not that bad, or it's, but they really care. You're making excuses for them, right? You ignore your body telling you no, it's just going to keep saying no louder and louder and louder until you finally listen. So, look, again, like, cards aren't going to tell you everything. Your body is going to tell you. You already know. From reading this, you already know what your body's telling you. I think this is just a clarity for you of, is it okay to still be walking away and disconnecting from this? It's not aligning to me. Well, yes, of course it is. Of course it is. There's so many blocks here. Like, yes, you've got a couple of nice cards here, but everything else is block, 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 block. Like, you can't just keep shrinking yourself. And if you are really a divine feminine in your intuition, you cannot be caged. You cannot let yourself be in this dynamic. You are special. You are powerful. You are tuned in. You are intuitive. Your body reacts probably 10 times stronger about these emotions and these energies. Like, it's like you're highly sensitive to this sort of dynamic. Other people can deal with it without, their whole body giving up. But for you, you're so sensitive to these energies. Your intuition is like bang on. If you start listening to your body, you will understand that it's actually already the first few seconds, it's already saying no. Even potentially before they've messaged you or something, and you start feeling that sick feeling. You're like, oh, something bad's happening. And then they message you and you're like, oh, they're back. But then you don't realize, your mind overrides you. And it's like, no, your body was warning you. Don't, don't engage. It's like, just trust yourself, trust your body, trust your intuition. You are, I think, on point with this. It's not about you feeling negative about that person. Like, you don't hate that person. You just are aware that they did not put in the effort. They're hiding themselves. They've got a lot of wounding to heal, and they're not able to. They don't have the capacity to put the right effort in. And that's where you need to say, you know what, I need to go find someone who does put that right effort in, and look at that action, and not just the feeling, of, potential. Because, this person, they're not a bad person. They just have a lot of work to do. And don't wait around for someone who has not already started putting in that work, because they may never put in that work. Someone's got to choose for themselves to do that. I probably ranted on a lot on that, but it is really important for you to remember, you can't control what other people do. It's their choice to heal and come in right. And if they do, and it feels right in the moment, again, that intuition, you will know, is this real? Is this right? Or is it, no, I'm not feeling it. Let's just, disconnect and shield my energy. I want to get something else for you, just to give you a bit more. Just trying to think what deck I want to get. I'm feeling, looking at this one, Intuitive Whispers Oracle. If you truly are resonating with being a divine feminine on that journey, I just want to see, what is it that your soul would like you to hear today? What is a message from Spirit to this person's soul, really to their mind via their soul? Move through your fear. Number 41. Two, unraveling. One more. 19, move your body to move your emotion. Okay, I'm going to read these for you. So we'll start with number 2, just because it's at the start of the book, obviously. So 2, unraveling. Find the actual page. Okay. So unraveling is an opportunity to let go of the parts of yourself that have been holding you back. And again, like letting go of that dynamic, like you're holding on energetically, right, to this, what if, letting go of that. Stop holding yourself back, because holding on to the past prevents you from moving forward. This transformational journey back to your intuitive self is like peeling off the layers of an onion. Each layer that is uncovered brings a deeper understanding of yourself, creating a new confidence and ease. By choosing this card, you are ready to peel off another layer. Where are you feeling most stuck in your life? Work, romance, or self-confidence? In order to unravel, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Look inwards to uncover fears and insecurities in this area. Remember, vulnerability is power, not weakness. The more you understand yourself, the freer you become. Yeah. So really, like, I deviated there a little bit about, them feeling like opening up vulnerability, getting rid of the mask was like giving you power. But your power is in being vulnerable and being okay with being vulnerable, being trusting that you will be okay if you're vulnerable, because your body will tell you this is the right person to be vulnerable with. And trust in your body telling you what's right. That it's not that people won't hurt you again. It's that you will be okay even if they do. And that's that trust. It's trusting yourself, because you are the only person who you can trust, right? It's not about, I said that probably in the wrong way, but like you, as I said, your body will tell you when you can trust the person. When they do really truly align with you, your body will tell you. You will know. Number 19, move your body to your emotion. Get up and move. So much of life has become sedentary, and it's time to mix things up and get moving in ways that feel nourishing for you. Movement is good for both our physical and mental health. Your emotions will shift when you move your physical body. So if you're feeling stuck in any area of your life right now, get up and wiggle those hips, the emotional center of the body. What is your go-to movement of choice? For some, it's intense exercise like going to the gym or running. And for others, it's dancing, yoga, or going for a walk in nature. There's no right or wrong way to move, but this is your nudge to rediscover what movement feels nourishing for your soul. Get playful and reconnect with your inner child, so you delight in movement without any judgment. So again, like starting to, focus on your body, physical body, going for walks every day, making sure that's part of your routine, or, dancing, letting loose, putting some music on and just having a jam in front of your TV, or, whatever. Like, you don't dance like no one's watching, right? Is what I'm hearing. I'm just hearing with that. So I think, again, getting out of your mind, exercise really helps with that as well. Letting go of that overthinking of, what if they come back? What if they do work on themselves? Well, it's okay. You will know when and if the time is right. Your body will tell you. and trust in your body and trust in yourself, trust in your higher self to guide you. 41, move through your fear. What if just on the other side of fear was your biggest opportunity or breakthrough? Whether you are on your healing journey or moving towards something in your new life, fear may be raising its head and stopping you in your tracks. Often that fear comes in the form of negative thoughts and beliefs, but don't let fear win. There may have been a time in your life when fear was a helpful protection, but right now it may be stopping you on your path to success. The way to move past fear is not to ignore it or pretend it isn't there, but instead identify it, feel it, and notice what thoughts and feelings arise. Move through it rather than around it. So again, not avoiding situations or avoiding feeling things. It's just recognizing, okay, my body feels this in this situation. I don't have to justify why I'm then taking this action because my body is telling me to do that. It's like if you walk into a room and your body feels instantly, tense or, something, right? And look, if you're doing this for work, you might not have a choice to just walk out. But there may be times where you can say, you know what, I just need to walk away. You don't have to have this clairvoyant or, this image or dream or, projection of something and have something tangible. You can just know. You can walk into a room and just be like, nope, this is off. I need to walk away. I need to listen to myself. And half the time, if you continue to be there and don't listen to your body will continue to be louder and louder and louder, and you might even get sick, right? You need to be listening to yourself. Move through that fear, but trust. So again, focusing on clearing out those energies through movement, exercise, peeling back those layers that are holding you back, and move through it. And I'm not talking about fear of letting go, fear of unknown, fear of whatever. Like, don't just run away from those feelings. But if you are getting this intuitive out of nowhere, not overthinking it, like intuitive, like the first couple of seconds of something, or, even before it happens, and not just the social anxiety of, I'm anxious about, interacting with people. It's like out of nowhere, unrelated to your personality and what's normal for you. This has come out of nowhere, this sort of feeling. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, that's the kind of thing you need to listen to. That's when your body's like, okay, this is not right for me. It's not the overthinking for hours and hours and hours. That's your mind. Anything that's more than a few seconds, that's your mind. You need to be working through the fears of the mind, but listening to that gut instinct, that intuition. And that's probably where, something you could focus on building with yourself, that what is the difference? How do I tell the difference between my intuition and my overthinking mind? All right, I'm going to leave that reading there, but best of luck to you and take care of yourself.